I talked a little bit about what brought me to palliative care, but I'll share a story about the first family that my boundaries in caring for them actually prevented them from making decisions that they felt most comfortable for their child. It was a very extreme premature baby. I was very close to the family. I had met the mom running to the delivery room. Do you want me to do everything? She said yes. We had like 5 minutes. The baby was 22, 23 weeks, which was a really big deal in the 2000s. And baby had a lot of complications, brain injury, severe cerebral palsy, multiple infections of the brain, in and out of the hospital for the majority of her first 2 years of life. And for one of her admissions to the hospital, she had an infection, and the neurosurgeon actually said to the family, and I was very close to this family, probably too close. They had come to my kid's birthday party. So I was very close to this family, and they had an older daughter who was the same age as my daughter. And for one of their admissions for shunt infection, the neurosurgeon said, we can take the shunt out again and we can treat this infection. How many days have you been at home this year? And in the whole year, they had only been home maybe 4 weeks continuously. And he said, we can take the shunt out and treat this infection, or you can take her home and you can do the things that you want to do. What do you want to do? And they wanted to take her out in the wagon in the sun. They want to go through the park. They wanted her to spend time with her sister. And he said, why don't you? And they said, we don't want to let Dr. Terri down because she saved our baby. And so he called me and he said, I think you need to give this family permission to re-go. I'm like, they don't want to re-go. They want everything. They want everything. They love her. He said they do love her. And they want to spend, he said, do you know how long they've been in the hospital? And I didn't, because hadn't been doing outpatient. I didn't know she had only been home, a few weeks that year. And I was like, oh my God. And so I called them. I told them I knew how much they loved her, that they had done everything that love could do. And they had taught me how to be a better physician, and that they needed to take her in that wagon. They needed to go to the park. And they did that. And she passed within 7 days. And I was able to go to the funeral. I cried louder at the funeral than anybody else. I had to leave in a family car. It was my last funeral for about 10 years. My nurse said, Dr. Terri, you are not family. If you have to leave in a family car, do not go to funerals. But I've had such guilt about them feeling like they didn't have permission. Uh, and how many shunt infections have been treated? How many things have this baby gone through? Um, they loved her and they were grateful for the time, but how much of their decision making was impacted by thinking they were going to let me down? Like, that was horrible for me to hear. But I am grateful that my colleague cared enough to call me and say, hey, this family needs permission.